It's interesting that you bring that up because I feel like in the last 2 years, the focus has been far more on AI than it has been on people. And as an AI expert, you have observed everything from the beginning of the AI boom that occurred in, let's say, late 2022, early 2023 to right now. So 2 years in to humanity having a very new relationship with this technology, what predictions of yours have played out and what predictions from that era haven't?
Great question. So let me just kind of go back and just say that right now, today, as we're doing the interview, my sentiment is a little bit different than it even was a month or 2 months ago. Remember that AI hallucinates, it has so many mistakes. Right now, there's a tremendous amount of money being poured into this technology. I am forecasting that we are going to reach a plateau, and I think we're going to see a scale back and things are going to settle down. It is definitely a tool that companies and all of us need to use, but we are going to go back to a lot of the human kinds of skills. We're not going to jettison AI, we're not going to not use it, but we are going to be a little bit less hyped up about it as we are now. I feel, given my background, so my background, my training is in forecasting and within the enterprise and supply chain context. What does that mean? I understand supply chains and I understand how businesses, people, teams work with algorithms, technology, AI. So during COVID, I was the one that actually, I was one of the people that wrote about what was going to happen with the lockdowns, with the economy, with the pandemic. There were a lot of terms that I had used and came to bear. The one thing I was wrong about is I actually was wrong about retail. I thought coming out of it, we were going to go back to the 1920s retail, high fashion. That was the one thing I did not anticipate, that retail customers, consumers we would go into comfortable wear. So that was the one thing. But I would say, with regard to the closures, with regard to what happened at every step of the way with the vaccines, with hand sanitizer, I was correct. But here's the thing, I didn't want to be correct. I wanted to be wrong because I could see what was going to happen. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I was locked in, just like you and everybody listening. I was a victim as well. And so what I wanted to do is, if my knowledge and what I know was going to have any merit and value, I wanted to be able to speak out, and I wanted to either be wrong or be able to have some kind of an impact. So I was on a lot of shows on CNN, CNBC, so forth, but it was unfortunate and kind of frustrating, honestly. I've been doing this for a long time, that businesses, that companies continue to make the same mistakes over and over. Problems when it comes to their supply chain, problems when it comes to their use of technology and forecasting, inability to scale their operations. We're talking about the same kinds of issues, and that we saw those mistakes over and over again. And it was really frustrating because, again, I was locked in as well.